Every year we develop a public health emergency of international or national concern simulation as the international health regulation mandates. So, we aligned our annual simulation to possible scenarios in the Pan American Games Santiago 2023. It was an opportunity to test the established protocols for mass gatherings events and our capacities within the monitoring and evaluation framework of the international health regulations and the entire health system. The coordination began in 2022 with a request from the Chilean Ministry of Health to PAHO to facilitate an exchange between countries with experience and organizing sporting events. PAHO facilitated an exchange between authorities from Chile and Brazil with vast experience in local and international math events like World Cup 2014 and the Olympic Games in Rio 2016. We also agreed to carry out a first international simulation exercise of the region of the Americas using the mechanism of the national focal points. 35 countries of the region and the territories of the United Kingdom and the Netherlands were invited. In August, we developed the national simulation in a region 500 kilometers north from Santiago, where the games took place. We had 122 participants, including 17 non-health related agencies from different sectors, including the airport, the port, police, customs, etc. and 18 health institutions, including laboratories, public and private hospitals, public health agencies, local teams, and the highest regional level multi-sector meeting that is activated when an important event or a disaster is taking place, for example, an earthquake. This is the highest level of decision making in the region in terms of disasters or emergencies. We simulated two main events. The first one, a gastrointestinal disease in a crew member from a ship that arrived to the port. The second event simulated was a 28-year-old male that developed fever rash while in flight from Santiago. The story was that he was member of the Pan American Games staff that had multiple contacts with athletes in a closed environment in the Pan American Villa. One of those contacts had a child sibling recently diagnosed with measles back home in Brazil, just before traveling to the Games. She reported that her family did not believe in vaccines. The different teams had to decide what to do with the cases in the airport and the port without knowing the diagnosis, coordinate with other sectors and with different levels of the health sector, including ambulances, hospitals, and public health agencies. As this person had contact with multiple athletes from different countries in a closed place and was diagnosed with measles, a disease being eliminated in the Americas, our country simulation triggered the International Virtual Simulation CIMEX with 21 participant countries. Following the international health regulations and the multiple contact returned to their countries, our team notified PAHO, who contacted different country focal points, testing communication channels for the follow-up of contact, gather local information, and report to PAHO and other focal points for epidemiological data. A special simulated scenario was also taking place in Brazil that tested local contact tracing mechanism based on the index case identified in Chile. This was a successful exercise where all 21 countries and territories collaborated to enhance preparation for future public health emergency of international concern. Testing communication channels for national focal points is a practice that must be carried out frequently. These drills are useful, believe me. 2 days after finishing the SIMX, the simulation, when we were in the closing session with all countries from the region, PAHO and the WHO, Chile detected and reported a real imported case of measles. Our teams and other countries had the newly tested communications and action protocols. The case was a person that traveled from Chile through Sao Paulo, Qatar to Armenia and Georgia, had multiple contacts with people from Russia, Hong Kong, Kazakhstan, United Kingdom and the United States. When he arrived to Chile, he was in a conference with more than 1,000 contacts, 45 of them from other regions from our country, and 7 that traveled to other countries like Argentina and Canada. Thanks to our preparation, we were able to follow up all contacts, check their vaccination status, vaccinate more than 350 persons and administered immunoglobulin to 25 of them. And the most important result is that we followed every single contact for 2 weeks and we found no secondary cases of measles related to this imported case. The final SIMX evaluation session was also an opportunity for PAHO immunization team to reinforce to the countries of the region of the Americas the vaccination messages for athletes and delegations and surveillance and control of measles outbreaks. Absolutely, without a doubt, conducting simulations and drill exercise is an essential part of ensuring the safety and security of massive events, entry points, and for the health system as a whole. As someone who has led teams in such activities, I entirely recommend them. These exercises offer invaluable opportunities to test emergency response plans, identify weaknesses, and refine protocols in a controlled environment. By simulating different scenarios, from case management challenges to coordination between sectors and countries, nations can better prepare their teams and their resources for real-life situations. Plus, these drills foster coordinations among different agencies and stakeholders, enhancing overall readiness and resilience. So yes, I highly recommend countries to carry out simulations and drills exercises as part of their international health regulations activities and for event preparations.
Ministerio de Salud, Gobierno de Chile. Chile avanza contigo.